Now, here's something about this whole situation that's strange to me. They had an auction for Reasonable Doubt album. Drake was gonna buy the album. His connection to Jay-Z, he was gonna buy the rights to Reasonable Doubt, right?
Yep.
Now, why would he want to do that?
Dame Dash recently made claims that Drake offered to purchase his portion of the record label for millions of dollars. However, rather than make the purchase, Drake went ghost. This raised the question, was Dame lying about the offer, or was there more at play?
Yeah, he DM'd me. And he's like, how much? I said, $6 million. He said, I got it. Let's work it out.
In this clip, celebrity Bodyguard Big Homie CC speaks on the possibility of much more going on behind the scenes.
There is some type of battle going on between the giants. What it stems from, I'm not quite sure. I'm still looking into it. But there is some type of conspiracy going on, bro. There's no way around it, bro. There's something strange going on. I've been looking into the big media contracts to see are the big, like if Clear Channel is about to renegotiate. I've been looking to see which of these major networks are negotiating. I've been looking in to see if Jay-Z has been trying to purchase larger platforms. I've been looking in to see because you can always correlate these type of things with crisis. Like they said Cosby wanted to buy NBC. When he tried that, then they came after him. When Sean Combs went after the liquor company, then they came after him. What did Drake try to get? What did Jay-Z try to get? Something is going on. Something is going on. I'm going to figure it out. But rap is a competitive game. The streets is a competitive game. The only people who stay at the top of media is a competitive game. The only way you stay at the top is being consistent, being outworking everybody, and being up on the information. You gotta be up on the information because there's something strange happening right now. We connecting a lot of dots right now, man, because if Drake, then they say with the Reasonable Doubt thing, you can only own it for a certain amount of time before then it goes back to Sean Carter. What would be the incentive for Drake to own it in between that time? Dame was the original owner, but he had to auction it because some of the legal parameters. Jay-Z been fighting to get the ownership of Reasonable Doubt for a long time because Roc-a-Fella Records is what's holding the Reasonable Doubt album. Something strange going on, right? I can't quite figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Dame Dash explains how he was offered $6 million for his record label by none other than Drake. Pay attention to his body language as he explains.
Yeah, he DM'd me. And he's like, how much? I said, $6 million. He said, I got it. Let's work it out.
Stick around. We are going to hear Dame break things down and find out exactly what it means when a person makes body language gestures like Dame when they are telling a story like this.
What does it mean when a person touches their nose like this while you're talking to them or while they are listening to you or during a conversation?
And he's like, how much? I said, $6 million. He said, I got it. Let's work it out. And then he just went missing. I don't know what the purpose of that was. But I guess as it relates to that whole situation, for me, I was having issues with getting paid. I hadn't seen any money from Reasonable Doubt in like 15 years. And, I wasn't really pressing the issue, but it was like at a certain point, I know there's money there, and I felt like if I wasn't receiving it, somebody should. And, when I initially tried to sell it at auction years ago, I was stopped. There was a lawsuit brought against me by Roc-a-Fella with Jay-Z saying that he was the CEO of Roc-a-Fella, and the Roc Nation lawyers started to represent Roc-a-Fella on behalf of I guess that team, and they accused me of trying to sell the whole album on the blockchain, and I was only selling my own rights, which I had every right to do. And when they did that, it muddied the waters to where no one wanted to buy it because they knew it was toxic, that it would come with a lawsuit. And also, during the time we were having the lawsuit, I couldn't sell it. And at that time, they, did something that I considered illegal, but they changed bylaws to say that I couldn't sell it unless everyone agreed to it. I still don't understand it to this day. And then, of course, if I were to put it on the blockchain, you can't take it off the blockchain. It would be on the blockchain. I never did that. It was just a false accusation, and that really had me aggravated, just morally. And in order for me to straighten all that out, it would have been lawsuit after lawsuit. I would have had to been upset. I was already tight because, it may have messed up a big sale in the NFT world if people would have actually showed up. But at the end of the day, it would have cost me too much money to be paying lawyers to chase money I was never getting. And the money I wasn't getting wasn't actually a lot of money. And also to have to hear everybody's mouth, have to relive all this bullshit when I'm trying to move forward and do everything new. So, I had a lawsuit, a defamation lawsuit with people that I consider liars. They said they directed a movie that I directed, and then when I spoke about it on social media, I said some things that I guess, I had to be accountable for, and they got a judgment. The same lawyer has taken me to court with at least 5 different people. I've been to 4 trials. I'm about to go through another one. And to me, collectively, with all the lawsuits that have been brought against me for defamation, it all added up to under $1 million. And I was like, yo, if y'all want to get that money, go over there and y'all do the work. And they did the work. But they did all this work. And at the end of the day, I already knew I owed taxes and that they would show up. So I'm like, you better make sure it's going to be able to cover the tax. And the state showed up. And the state became, it was like child support, and then the state gets paid. And then the person that brought the lawsuits. So that lawyer went on with the auction, and nobody showed up. So the state did what's called the credit buy. They bought it with the credit. So now instead of having me as a partner, they have the state, unless they probably buy it from the state, but I don't know that that's going to cover everything. But at the end of the day, the person that brought the lawsuit and the auction and paid for all that in the first place, they didn't make $1. So I don't know why they did it, but it did get my child support paid, and future earnings, some will go to my kids' colleges. So I looked at it like at least I could get some money out of it, or at least my kids will get some money out of it. But at the end of the day, I was like, really, it felt like nobody cared about it. I think that it's been perceived to be more valuable than, or it's perceived to be more valuable than it actually is. Based on the numbers, it doesn't make economic sense to buy it at a certain price. It only made sense to buy it if you looked at it as art. But I don't think anybody really looked at it as art enough to spend that kind of money on it. So it was a confusing situation for me, but I'm glad it's in my rear view, and that I can focus on everything new.
Why weren't you getting any money from it? Were they not allowing anything to be sampled or anything from it, or like? Not
sampled. I wasn't getting no checks. Yeah, I wasn't getting my distributions. I don't know why they didn't want me to sell it. I just didn't understand it, why they devalued it. It made it a little rougher when, their lawyer puts out a statement saying that, Jay will be getting his rights back in 6 months. Now, again, I don't own it no more, so I don't care, but that, to me, was not the truth. But the state started to investigate. And the reason why, like when I was offered $1.5 million to try to buy it from me, I didn't take it because I couldn't get a proper accounting. So in this moment, it ain't for me. I'm not trying to figure them out no more. I'm out of there. There's too many gray areas over there, bro. And my life is a lot easier without having to have, like, feeling like somebody's robbing me, or why they're not paying me, or why it says S. Carter instead of Roc-a-Fella, why they're using, Roc Nation lawyers to represent Roc-a-Fella and charging all the fees to Roc-a-Fella Inc. I don't want to get involved in any of that, bro. I just really wanted to get away. And I've been trying to get away for the last 20 years. And at the temperature, the way the world is starting to roll out, I think it's justified that I wanted not to be around certain things and morals and principles. And I think I made the right decision.
Now, you said Drake reached out to you at one point?
Yeah, he DM'd me. And he's like, how much? I said, $6 million. He said, I got it. Let's work it out. And then he just went missing. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I'm curious myself. For me, I always think, because a lot of people would reach out and then they would disappear, and I just always think there was some monkey business pause happening behind the scenes. But again, I don't feel like dealing with all of that. Like, it's too weird for me.
What does it mean when a person touches their nose like this while you're talking to them, or while they are listening to you, or during a conversation? A quick hint, this has nothing to do with lying. I'm going to explain the connection later in this video. This is a sign of negative evaluation in body language. This person felt right now that something negative has happened. If you went to your car and as soon as you went there, you found that you have no keys, you forgot your keys at home, you might touch your nose immediately. It's a sign that you believe that something negative has happened. Now, if a person lies and they believe that lying is wrong, because they have ethics, for example, they might touch their nose because they feel guilty. Not because touching the nose means that the person is lying, but because it means that they found that something is negative and they believed that lying is negative in this situation. And if you want to understand everything about human psychology, just follow this account.
It's not, I'm a regular dude. I don't want to be involved in any of this weird shit, any of these conspiracies, any of these gray areas. I just rather just be creative and do it on my own and pay for it myself. Freedom is priceless to me, and I won't compromise any of my integrity or any of my moral fabric to get someplace faster, and especially for somebody else, another culture, or for someone that's not creative or that doesn't care about a creative. I'm not going to ever help exploit a creative. I don't care how much money is on the table, and I've never done that. My record and my algorithm is to teach the artist that I work with to be able to move around as a brand and as a boss without me, so that I can go do my own thing.
Hey, wait, stop. Don't say you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem.
Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own.
And if you want to see what the Breakfast Club had to say 10 years after Dame told them having jobs was stupid, click this next recommended video.
They want to know, why did you apologize to Dame Biggs and them that time?
Once you hear somebody's with the police, the beef is over. Pause.
In this exclusive interview on the Big Face Gary Show, Dame Dash explains why he apologized to Jay-Z and Biggs. Perhaps this is why Dame is having a hard time these days trying to bounce back. Before we hear Dame's explanation, you're first going to hear the trolling apology.
So, with that said, just pattern-wise, what you think I'm gonna do with a network? Y'all don't want it with me. I've been letting y'all breathe. I'm chilling, I'm minding my business. I have no beef with anybody. Pause. I'm looking past it. So Jay-Z, if I've offended you, I apologize. Leo Cohen, if I offended you, I apologize. Steve Stout, if I've offended you, I apologize. Just because you don't have the same morals and principles, it's cool. I'm not angry no more. I did what I had to do.
That was more like I was hearing my name being brought up in the wrong conversations with the wrong people, if you know what I mean. And it was sort of like me being like, it was trolling. It was meant to be somewhat of a joke, but it was also meant to be like, yo, stop saying my name in those conversations. We ain't got no real problem. But
when you hear your name is being kicked around in a certain light by certain types of people, like I was like, I don't like my name in those conversations. You know what I mean? So again, like I told you, once you hear somebody's with the police, the beef is over. Pause. I'm not beefing with the police. I'm not beefing with nobody that's with the police. If you tough, but you telling, I can't do nothing with that. You know what I mean? Period. Like, it's nothing you can do. So you gotta leave it alone. You got it. When the police pull you over, you polite. You be like, all right, whatever. Thank you, officer. Deuce. It was more like, I'm good, officer. That's more or less what it was. You know what I mean?
$100, Dame. You gotta talk right now. Lord Hybrid.
All right, then. What do you say? I'm getting money out here independently. I own my own brands 100%. And I bought the G-Wagon cash. I listened to you when I was getting started. I ain't got no question. Just shout me out, Lord Hybrid. Well, congratulations, Lord Hybrid. I appreciate the $100. And I'm glad that anything that I could say you could implement in your life and it could help you. And then you could become one of the ambassadors for independence and teach other people how to do it and not be scared, you know? And again, people be scared to invest because they think while they're investing, maybe other people might tease them and say they're broke. If anybody's teasing you, they have to be people that are investing themselves that aren't broke, that are investing in themselves. Someone that is, getting paid or has a sugar daddy and has somebody else paying for their shit. And that's another thing. I don't like another man paying for my shit. I don't want no sugar daddies. You know what I'm saying? It's just how I am. So if you got to have a sugar daddy, then you can't argue with somebody or even understand somebody that doesn't. You're all right with having a sugar daddy. I'm not.
I kind of like what you said, but I'm gonna add to that because I certain things I'm not gonna sugarcoat. 50, you've challenged 50 many times on once you put something out, see me what you could do. Let's all the jokes to the side. Did I close something on? Sorry.
Bring it back in orange.
Sorry about that, y'all. You challenged 50. Sorry about that, y'all. You challenged 50 many times. He has 50, what's it called, Dane? 50 what? His
pause. We need to pause button. Pause. 50 action.
50 action. And you have American New Network. You have Prince of Detroit.
I think what I'm understanding is he's only trying to launch a fast channel. I can actually distribute fast channels, but yes, what I was saying in the interview is, I'm not a rapper. I'm a boss. I pay for my own stuff, so I don't want to battle in jokes. I want to battle in businesses. And that's the only thing I really want to talk about. I only want to talk in boss. Like we could snap and all that, but that's not what I'm doing for a career. I prefer us to challenge each other in front of people in the form of business, because that's what bosses do if they're going to have a problem with each other. Okay.
So, they want to know, when is Rocky bringing back the recipe videos? We love those.
Oh, tell Rocky. You should tell Rocky they said that. I'll tell Rocky. Trust me, she's been doing new recipes because I've been eating good. So, I've been trying to inspire her to do them more. And we're going to get back to the health as well. I got to shoot these couple of different episodes of different TV shows. So after I get to that, I can focus on the health as well. You should check it out on American New Health as well. She has recipe shows. It's kind of dope. It's a pause. It's also on Peacock.
Somebody wants to know, will you ever get back in the music business again? Recorded a conversation with him and threw him under the bus. So
let me just say this, big face.
All right, good.
Once somebody says they're the police and says, yo, I mess with the police, they say, yo, you gonna call me the police? I'm the police. We don't talk to them no more. We don't want no problems with the police, bro. We can't beat the police.
No, but
what happens is when I see other people putting, like I told you before, when I see someone that I have respect for putting someone that I don't have respect for on their platform, I lose respect for them. And it makes me think that person is desperate. It's like, damn, they wouldn't mess with anybody to prove a point, even if that person's not valid, even if that person's not honorable, even if that person's known not to be honest. So that ruins that person's credibility that co-signs that person, But again, Gary, now they out the conversation. We don't play like that.
Okay.
So to have another man looking for things about you all day long is just, it's called, it's obsession. And that, again, a man should not be obsessed with another man, no matter what, even for money. This obsession thing is disgusting. And we don't want people, it's not cool. It's corny to talk about another man's pockets, be obsessed with another man, to make money off of talking about another man that doesn't have any business with you at all it's just very not masculine.
I agree, because when we used to snap, then we have 3 rules. You don't talk about nobody, girl, money, or you don't invite no man to your piece. Pause. So I agree with that. I don't understand this money thing. I don't worry about nobody, man. I'm trying to get my own paper. So I agree with that, brother. People think I'm biased, but we grew up with, damn, to answer this with them. Every time the crew had a beef, didn't we call a meeting to squash the beef?
Pause. I mean, we used to have it was called the board meeting.
The board meeting, yeah, I forgot.
So we would all come, pause, go to BBQs, get the Hawaiian drinks, and we would talk it out. That's what we used to always do. There's another question?
Yes. What is the element of the circle of success, and who is the circle?
I mean, the circle of success is everyone that's like-minded and everyone making enough money so that if one of your crew goes broke, all you got to take is a little from each and doesn't hurt the crew, and you're rich again. So if everybody got $1 million, all you need is 10 people. Each one can give you 100 if you ever in a bad way, and then you're back a millionaire. So if you have a crew that's rich and you're always helping each other, then you should never be able to go broke. You
see the next I just put up?
It said, Dame, I've been following your teaching before it was popular. How do I go about interviewing with you? I guess get with Nicolette, or get on a DM or something, and figure out why that would happen or what that would look like. But I appreciate you.
If I have somebody enabled, he donate to the cause. He has a script about a tsunami script with snakes, with a tsunami of snakes. He wants to know how can he get his script to you so you can look at it if you may be interested or guide him the right way. His name is Kevin Davis.
Again, it's Nicky Licky. You know what I mean?
Nicky, I get to Nicky. I know how to get to him.
Appreciate all the support. I see love from Chicago, stuff like that. Let's get another question. It's Boxing Genius. I see one.
Just donated. He just showing love.
I appreciate y'all. And again, just download American New. Also, if they press the shop button, they can buy a lot of stuff, right? All the stuff, the shirt I was wearing. I don't know if it's available, is it? No, I think it's a shop button, Shopify. Let me know.
Yo, Dame, how do you feel about old Skinner going on Vlad?
I mean, I don't like Vlad, so I'm sure Oskino's making money, but I don't like anyone really that I know on Vlad, because I think Vlad is dangerous. I think he's a tricky dude, and I don't think he's for the culture. I think he's made it obvious that he's there to get our culture in trouble. You know what I mean? Or at least make money off the dysfunction of our culture, period. And he's always bringing my name up. He's another one that's obsessed with me. Pause. It's like, I don't know, bro.
Well, he trying to shit on you with Tony Yayo. Yayo's likes you, Dame. He a real Yayo's a street nigga, Dame.
Oh, what did he say to Tony Yayo? What happened?
Trying to get Yayo to real yo. Dame's a clown with he was saying some hold up. He was saying, what you think about Dame? Talk about he wasn't in Fiesta video, but he was in every shot. He wasn't with R. Kelly, but Yayo say, hold up, you got a problem with Dame? It's obvious, man. Dame all right with me. And he said he don't like me, so I don't like him. Yayo just stop talking about you, Dame. He went to the next topic.
I like Tony Yayo. He's cool.
He was the first. He went to the next topic.
I'm hoping that regardless to what, that I'll still be able to work with Tony Yayo, because the new things and projects I'm doing, I would definitely include him because he's real.
Shout out to Tony Yayo and he's Haitians. Sakpase. He definitely was like, yo, you got a problem with Dame. He just went right around it. He won't talk about it, man.
Now I fuck with that.
This is the big question, Dame. People know you're very arrogant, but you're smart, but you don't play. You say what you say. They want to know, why did you apologize to Dame Biggs and them that time, 2 years ago, when you apologized?
That was a couple years ago.
I called Jim Jones today, and I was like, I miss him. I don't know, y'all know, but I miss him. As a brother, I love his family. I want him to be happy. And Jay, The friendship we had was cool, man. I just miss it. But whatever he doing, but I'm cool with it, bro. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't myself for a second. Ali had me fucked up. And Biggs, I'm sorry, bro, if I offended you. Whatever you doing, I'm with it. I love you, man. And I know you're mad at me, but whatever. I'm sorry. I can admit it. You know, when I make some money, I'll send you something. Just because you're my brother, I love your family.
Something strange going on, right? I can't quite figure it out. I'll figure it out.